again. Welcome to this great adventure of two sisters.
Absolutely not. Hey guys, welcome to the Regina Kids podcast. I am your host, Maxie.
With her lovely younger sister, Rita the H.A.M.
And here on the podcast, as you can see, sibling relationships can be loving and sometimes a bit
dramatic.
Affect me, please. Complicated. So, join us every week as we explore all aspects of having a sibling.
Come be our sibling.
Yeah, exactly.
I like them pictures y'all chose. Real slick.
Welcome to another episode of the Regina Kids podcast. We're going to have to get the introductions and all the stuff out the way because I know y'all see this beautiful face on here. If y'all looking on YouTube, and we talking about long-time friendship. So y'all could drop us a sib note at Regina Kids. I can't even get it to pop up. I'm so excited. Y'all could drop us a sib note at Regina Kids podcast. Shut up, Rita. Let me finish. Y'all can drop us an email at reginakidspodcast@gmail.com. If y'all really want to talk to Rita, y'all can slide into her DMs on Instagram at _Regina Kids podcast. And if y'all new here, I am a 3-time self-published author. All my books are available now on Amazon. All My Broken Crayons, Still Color. Love You More, Grieving Isn't Easy, and Healing Hurts. And the trilogy, I Am Not Responsible for Your Tears. That's the authentic guide to being happy. All available now on Amazon. I am Maxie, that's Rita, and this other person, our special guest. You ain't like your introduction, Rita, because you're making a face.
Right.
You want to say your own name?
But it's too late now.
Go on and tell the people who you are, girl.
I'm Rita. Thank you.
And this special guest we have down here, if you're watching us on YouTube, she's at the bottom of the map. Miss Foster's in the building.
No.
Yay!
Hey.
What is that?
Our other sibling.
Cheering me on. Shoot.
Right. So, we brought my best friend, my sister, stories. Child.
Yeah, I
don't even know
questions. Because I don't even know how y'all met. I just know one day she was at the house and she was always at the house.
The house.
Yeah.
I was at the house and then we was in some mischief.
And she showed up one day and left. Well,
just like that.
Well, we'll start from the beginning since she don't know. From the beginning, I had a class with a guy named Ray. And she had a class with a guy named Ray. And every day when he would see me, he'd be like, man, I really need you to meet this girl. I'm like, look, dude, hell no. I don't need to meet nobody. He was like, no, I'm for real. Like, she cool as hell. Like, y'all would get along. This is the story he telling both of us every day back and forth. And we both going like, oh, hell no. Hell no. We good. I don't need, no. Why do I need to meet this girl? Like, we sophomores in high school. Don't nobody care. Like, I don't know them. They don't know me. I don't care. Like, I'm just here. But my birthday rolled around and I was having a get together.
So this was what, 1996?
It was 96. Mm-hmm. Are you trying to be funny?
You're right.
26 years ago. Why you trying to be funny?
What?
Anyway.
I'm just helping paint the picture.
Anyway, her cousin used to date my cousin. And I seen her cousin in the cafeteria sitting at the table with her sister, somebody else. I don't know these people. But I initially went to the table to invite her cousin to my house for a get-together for my birthday. And her cousin didn't show up. But Miss Foster and her sister did. Just randomly showed up to our house for a party. And we've been together ever since. And she's still mad because she said, I didn't invite her. I didn't invite her. I didn't know you.
That was rude. She
It
invited
probably was.
everybody else at the table except for me. That's rude. Like real rude. So
I didn't know
That
you.
is rude.
I got my sister together because what I was thinking about, I want a party too. So I got me and my sister together and we showed up uninvited.
That is
Didn't
funny.
know her, didn't know who was gonna be there, nothing. But we wanted to party, so that's what we did.
And I walked in the house, they were just sitting on the couch in their baby blue jogging suits with the right leg pulled up, with the matching Jumpmans. Like they went out and got outfits for this house party that really wasn't a house party. It was just like a gathering. But we ended up having a funky good time.
We did.
And we've been together ever since. 20
We have.
years. I was just talking to my cousin about that because one of my cousins was like, "That's so great that you have friends that you can go back that far with." Because I don't. I'm like, what? Like you ain't got no friends? Like, but I only got.
We don't know you do, don't you?
No.
No, nobody from high school, junior high, elementary.
I mean, I got one that me and her used to like do hair heavy, but like we stay in contact, but not like I don't know what goes on her day to day or anything like that. I'm cordial with everybody, but no.
Okay.
And recently, I was one of my other friends that we've been friends since the 7th grade. I've been on my graduation tour, and it was funny. I'm like, damn, we watching your daughter graduate from 8th grade, and we graduated 8th grade together. I was telling my cousin that, and she was like, that is crazy. Like, some people friendships make it that long, and other people's don't. And I think that like with long-term relationships, people always talking about my man, my man, my man. Like, them be hard, but these fucking sisterships, they be struggling. Like, we be going through some shit. Like, these are people you be with every day. Like, not even, hell, we done slept in twins' beds, head to feet, all of us, me, her siblings, all in the same damn room.
Yep. Look, I'm gonna leave out the other part, but yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna leave out the disclosure. But I'm just saying, like, we was together a lot.
We were.
Like, I wake up, walk past her my room. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Hey, good morning to you. You still here? Like,
sounds like a village.
It was definitely a village. So we've been together for a long time. So we got some ups, some downs, some turnarounds, some stuff.
What would you say is the best part about y'all friendship? I'm gonna be the interviewer. Oh, I got a little mic too.
That we can be ourselves.
Oh my God.
We don't hold any punches, and we can be ourselves no matter what it is, and there's no judgment.
I would say that part, and like it's certain people, like even with like your other friends, and I think like for instance, like Rita, you got friends you can have for 10 years, a little more than that, 6, whatever. But it's certain people it's certain people in your friend group that you closer to. Yeah. Like you don't even have to even know how to explain it or say how you feeling. They just know. Like you just show up and be like, man, they already know, like that part. Like it's one of them things where it's like, if I need my friend or I need my sister at this point, because hell, we've been together 26 years. It's longer than our kids been here. So
I mean, most relationships don't even last 5 years. So for y'all to still be together 26 years, that speaks volumes. Maxie, don't be laughing at my little microphone because I feel like
I was watching you grip that little thing too. Like
I interview, I got questions. I got a little mic. Let me pull up a little mic.
You just needed a reason. Like, oh my God, I wish y'all could see her with this tiny ass microphone. Like it's making a difference between you holding it and where it was sitting at. You grinning like you really like speaking to my microphone.
Right.
To my microphone.
Anyway, what's your next question? Because I can't put you in this damn microphone.
Okay, so what would be? I would say like out of all y'all memories, what would be y'all like most favorite memory?
Oh, we got a lot of them.
Right.
This got to be the top one, the one that top everything else.
I don't know, because I was there when she had her firstborn child. That's a lot.
Oh, I remember when she found out she was pregnant.
I don't remember that. Tell me, because I don't
I
remember
remember
that.
you was at the house, and your side was hurting, and you was sitting on the counter. You were sitting on the.
Later.
You always used to come over there. She always used to come to the house, and she wouldn't like. They wouldn't sit. Everybody be like in the kitchen. She would always sit on the kitchen counter. Maybe because she's so tall and it's easy for her to sit there. And
right, everybody else short. I ain't know in the hell I'm sitting on the counter
like
swinging my damn leg.
Side. Maxie went and got you some cranberry juice, and you was like holding your side. And I'm like, why don't y'all just go to the doctor? And then like a couple days later, you went to the doctor and you found out. He was like, bitch, I'm pregnant. We was like,
I think we had a house party that day too after that.
We did. That was that day Mama jumped on that boy back.
Man.
That was a good
party. Told him to giddy up.
That was a good party. So your sister danced the hole in the wall.
She did. I remember who she was dancing with too. We gonna leave that alone, but they did put a hole in your mama's wall.
Yeah, that was funny.
I remember my mama walked up on you and you was like, "This is my baby daddy."
Oh yeah.
I don't think she asked you that. But okay. I don't think she cared who y'all was dancing with in the dark. She just want to let us have that party.
Right, because she was having the party too.
Talking about they was drinking good. Found all kind of Hennessy bottles. I DJ'd that party with 2 tapes.
You did.
Girl, these kids don't know what the hell I'm saying.
You did.
They gonna think you talking about taping up a Christmas present.
No, I'm talking about 2 cassette tapes. You press play on one, then you press play and pause on the other one. So when that song ended, the other one popped, then had to go in there and flip the other one around.
It was working because
3-hour party.
You was working because we was indulging. Wasn't nobody trying. We weren't trying to help you with that. We was indulging.
Keep the music going.
Exactly.
I was trying to make sure y'all ain't knocked the speakers out. We was having a good time.
That was funny. So, Maxie, what was your favorite memory other than her saying the baby's being born?
Man, we done did so much. Like we used to walk down the street, go get our hair done.
Look, some even stay on here.
No, I guess we could, but
we ain't.
We got it. You know what? Probably the late night rides to the city.
I concur.
We just used to ride to the city.
Twister, do or die. Let me see. Look, I ain't gonna say the other Chicagoan, because they hating on it right now. But yeah. I agree.
Yeah, we used to ride to the city. We used to just jump up in the middle of the night, 2-3 o'clock in the morning. Just ride to Chicago. Just riding around. We used to get there and see who was woke, but they were like, "What the hell?"
Madison never slept. They was woke. They never sleep.
What y'all was on? I'm like, nothing. We just got up.
Felt like coming to the city. Maybe y'all want to go to Jewtown, get a hot dog.
We never was doing that.
That was my life. Never.
We was getting Polishes.
Right.
We weren't getting hot dogs. We was getting them one type of Polishes on our late night drives.
Why
are you smiling like that, Rita?
Because these kids are never understand.
What?
They'll never understand the 90s and how beautiful it was.
Yeah, that might have been the 90s.
Early 2000s.
All of it.
They'll never understand.
It was a beautiful time to be alive.
It seemed like it was.
Amen.
It really did.
It
Even if
really
other
was.
things were going on, um,
Right.
not so positive things. It just didn't seem like that was going on
It
that
didn't.
much, at least when we were coming up.
We
Mm.
was going to the club and falling into little concerts, and I think we seen Genuine and Ludacris so damn much it was ridiculous at that point. Like,
I think I was pregnant again at that time because I wasn't with y'all. That was the others. I think I was pregnant again.
no, you know what I'm gonna say. My best memory was we took the Greyhound bus to Milwaukee to go see Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg. And we seen this girl on the bus. She had a tattoo of a tongue licking a strawberry on her neck. And she was like, "Y'all going to the concert?" We were like, "Yeah." She told us she ain't had no ticket, no nothing, but she was gonna make it to the front. And she sure enough did.
She
I don't
sure
know what the
did. I
hell
forgot
she
about
did.
that too. She
I don't know
did.
what she did, but when we was walking, you could see the people coming from the front. She was definitely up there. I'm like, damn, what the hell did she do?
She sure did.
And we was on the Greyhound bus. Like shit, she on the Greyhound bus with us. But that was an amazing concert.
That's what's up.
Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube was my first concert.
Remember, it was a whole lineup. Mace was there. The
Yep.
girls that sang Shorty, because it started at in the day and it didn't end till like
Yeah,
two,
until
three
night
o'clock in the
nighttime.
morning.
And we
Hmm.
taking Pace Bus and Milwaukee Transit at
We were.
16 years old.
We
Hell,
were.
these kids these days couldn't even. It's hard for them to even walk down the street.
Rita, give them some credit. They make them walk down the street.
Yeah, they can walk to. They can walk to the front of their house to get on the school bus, the yellow one. But all you
What
gonna
you say? Not even the city bus.
no, the yellow school bus.
No, we was walking everywhere, riding bikes. Hell, we was working at the ice cream shop together. This nigga was riding her bike from summer school. in the damn tank top and some boxes because she talking about it's hot. You ain't working today. 'Cause that is not the ice cream shop uniform. You just woke up and decided, well, I'm going to summer school like this. Talking about we was kicking it, bro. You should really be in summer school. Why, why is y'all having that much fun
That
in
is
summer
too funny.
school? I'm
Because
over
all the
here.
fun people got kicked out during the school year and they had to go to summer school.
I'm over here trying to make the best money in my life with this 525. And that's $5.25. We was making $200 a week.
Oh, it didn't even seem like it. Oh,
Mm-mm.
That was a lot of money back then, though.
Getting swoop
ooh.
ponytails and
No, that was everything.
extra long nails, making them ice cream cones. I got everybody, all my friends worked there. Once I worked there, everybody had a job. And I think I was the last of the Mohicans to be still working there. Yeah, we don't work
Girl.
together a lot of places. There, Papa John's.
I mean, but that's
We
how it
just
was. If you,
surviving. 525, Lord have mercy. And that seemed like a lot.
it was back then. Things was a lot cheaper back then. Hell, hair was cheaper back then. You
It
can get
definitely
10 inches
was.
for $10.
Ooh.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, 10 inches gonna cost you $100 right now.
Right.
Ridiculous.
Is there anything that you guys would change or do different or do better?
Change, do different, or better.
For me, being that we are the women we are today, I would not. I would
Hmm.
not. Of course, when you're going through in that moment you have regrets or whatever the case is, but the women we are today and the women that we'll continue to become, I would not, because I don't think we would be where we are today had it not happened exactly the way it took place.
Yeah, it might have. Nah, yeah, I ain't changing nothing.
Mm-mm.
So when y'all
Because
had Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Because I was gonna say, because when we got out of high school in '99 and 2000, like it wasn't just us hanging together. Like we was hanging with a bunch of people, like 2, 3 carloads full of females. We was hanging out with at that time, going to the club, kicking it, and all that stuff. And I don't know about her, but hell, it's just her and the nigga I started with before her that I still talk to. Everybody else, nah, I'm good. Because I think I told them, like, because we even had to deal with um, friends getting murdered when we was in high school.
Mm-hmm.
So even after that, I was just like, shit. And they told me I was bogus as hell, but I told shit, there was at least 6 of them. I told like shit, we graduate and y'all don't fuck with me, I'm good. Like the fuck you talking about? Like that's it for me. Like we can't make it after this, then we just ain't gonna make it. We just ain't gonna be friends. That's fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I wasn't there for that conversation.
No, I don't think you was in the,
Look. I'm
you
thinking
wasn't in the
about.
car ride for that.
I was in the. Hold on, this was on the way to graduation.
This might have been after graduation.
Oh, I'm about to say, I wasn't because I was in the bleachers pregnant. So no, I wasn't. I wasn't there
Mm. And
for
some
that
of them stuck
conversation.
around for a little bit, and some of them fell off.
Mm.
And
But
you
that's
feel, I felt some type of way about that. Like, damn, I thought, all 5, 6, 7 of us, we was going to concerts together strong. Some of us, shit, some of them was my roommates and everything. Like, hell no. Mm-mm.
people just grow apart, I guess.
Hmm.
Or you cut
You
their
can't
ass
take
off because
everybody.
they be acting funny.
Or that too. That too.
Or that. Or that.
Or that part. Yeah,
That
because
part.
we didn't have some friends like people that she cut off that I was still cool with at the time. I'm like, hell no, I ain't fucking with her because they was acting funny over some niggas. I think that's basically what it was. Now that I'm thinking about it out loud, like
But
the
today,
falling out came over, them acting funny over the relationships they want to be in.
yeah, and we were young, so we definitely don't. It is what it is today. We definitely don't care anything about that. But at the time,
Yeah,
that
Yeah.
is what
it
was
was
going
like,
on.
what? Like, we all got relationships. Ain't nobody fucking tripping over that shit. But, at that time, they all wanted to, you know, they wanted the, they wanted their Cinderella moment. The weddings and I want to be married and I want my kids and I want, all that shit. And then they want to try to run that shit back when that shit didn't work out. Like, no, you good. I'm just saying, when the shit didn't work, don't be trying to come back and get your friend. Like, no.
So with y'all being friends so long, let me get my little mic. With y'all being friends so long, and when y'all did have like disagreements or it was a kind of rift, how did y'all end up fixing your friendship so y'all can get back to where y'all are today?
In my opinion, I can't really call too many disagreements that we had that caused the rift.
Mm-hmm.
Um, the only thing that I know definitely, like, so anything leading up to what almost what a decade ago, MG.
Yeah,
Um,
Damn, is it that long?
it's coming up on 10 years.
um, in my opinion, and Maxie can definitely elaborate on the situation. One, of course, it came out of nowhere. You know what I mean? So I
Right.
can't say like that was intended to test our sistership because that came out of left field. But anything else that we experienced prior to that, I do not recall a riff. I don't recall a riff prior to that. Now, again, like she said, people had relationships and Mike didn't really care for who they was in tune with. Like I Mike didn't care who she was in tune with or vice versa, but that was never a means for she and I to not
Right.
connect or talk. You know what I mean? Like, okay, you just doing your thing and I don't fool with him for whatever
Right.
reason. But it was never enough for
Which was
it to
crazy
be
because
a
nobody
riff.
cared for him because he was mean. But
But then
that's what
the
it
and
is.
I did.
I'm talking about I ain't talking about like a different one who
Oh,
actually was jealous of the relationship you had with your
yeah,
family and with your friends. Like,
Oh,
and then at the end, for him to tell you, like, well, I just kicked up dust between you and your loved ones because I didn't like the way you were loving them instead of me. Like that, like, you understand what I'm saying? That particular person, I feel like whatever his motive was, he just went about it the wrong way. Like you really
right.
tried to tear up
That didn't work out.
relationships.
That didn't
Like
work
you
out
really
well.
tried to tear up relationships. But the love of your life, it was what it was. Like, yeah, he was mean as hell, but you and him got along. So it was what it was.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like, well, he nice to her, but he is
Exactly.
something. Yeah, that other nigga. You know what? I never even understood. I was actually brought that person up the other day, um, when I was with our other friend, because I was like, because she said she had seen him, and he was like, "Damn, you can't speak." I'm like, I said, "You know, you don't fuck with me no more." And she was like, "That's crazy." I'm like, "No, what's crazy is that motherfucker was telling motherfuckers I was his high school sweetheart. Nigga, we didn't even date in high school. The fuck is you talking
Mm-mm.
about?" I said, "People be fucking delusional. Like, like that's the problem. People be real life delusional. Like, why are you telling people that? Like, I didn't date nobody but one person in high school,
Right.
and they definitely didn't go to Waukegan High School. I know that."
Mm-mm. And even then, with not even not caring for the one she talking about, we still supported her. Like he threw parties, I
Mhm.
still was with at the parties. I didn't care for him,
Mm-hmm.
but I loved her, so we still supported her.
Right, we were still together in the party together,
Right,
taking pictures, all three of us together.
just
And she was
didn't mess with him
rolling
like
her
that.
eyes like, yeah.
Cause you got a feeling about people. That just something. Even if you can't put your finger on it, it just be something about the person. And of
Right.
course, today now we don't even got to know if it don't feel right. I'm out. Like I don't got to find a reason. I just ain't fooling with it. I don't even have
But
to know
like
why.
growing up, well, when we were growing up and stuff like that, we that's not something that we was taught. We had to learn
Hmm.
everything on our own and then
Hmm.
decipher it and then figure it out, go through the motions and then have to decide it. And then now we have to heal, then decide for ourselves, like, you know what, these are my boundaries, this is what I am dealing with, this is what I'm not, and moving forward from there. Like, I think that's one thing, like, that our parents did a disservice, but at the same time, hell, their parents didn't talk to them, so how can we expect for that to happen? And then now we talk too much to our kids, and they don't know how to do anything.
Facts. I think that like she said, I don't think we only had one big riff, and that was hard. That was the struggle part, and we'll
So
get into
leading,
that. Hold on, wait, and then
I
I
got
was
my
gonna
mic.
say, I see that, Rita. I was gonna say that we was, and we talk about this a lot now, like in past relationships, even with like other friends, we were just loyal by default. Like
Mm-hmm.
if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. Like even though you treated me wrong or you did me dirty, it's like I fuck with you because if I care about you, then I still care about you, and it don't matter
Right.
because that's how we was doing people in our family too. Like motherfuckers in our
Mm-hmm.
family was treating us wrong, just as bad as these people on the street that we encountered that we loved, and we was still like, yeah, they ain't shit, but I love them, so I still fuck with them like that. So, so what was your question, Marita? What's your
So
little microphone?
me and my little microphone. So leading up to, do you guys want to talk about the riff and what happened?
We
Go ahead,
can.
Maxie.
Okay, we can talk about the riff. The
So you
riff.
want me to set the scene?
You weren't even there.
Oh, I wasn't there.
What's the scene? Because you like to block the scene now.
I've dealt with it better now. I can start. I can go from my scene, and then you can add y'all. Y'all can add y'all scene in there.
Okay.
Maxie disappeared. We know where she was.
Car still the car keys, everything in the house in the driveway.
Maxie disappeared, not answering the phone. Like, what's going on? But like, Mom, you see Maxie when she answer the phone. Where's she at? I don't know. She left in her pajamas. She don't go outside in her pajamas. What the hell is she talking about? Then I get a call from Priscilla. Maxie in jail. Okay, you
go. Well, to back it up a little bit.
I said the scene. There you go. Your turn.
That's all you knew. Weekend before. We back in Milwaukee again. We Milwaukee to Chicago. Just a good time.
Just say the tri-state area.
Whatever. We had a good time going to see Future and Rico Love. Had a wonderful evening. We did. We had a time that day. And I was at home in my pajamas. And this is just you know how people be like, y'all shouldn't go outside with your pajamas on. You really shouldn't. Like, you really shouldn't go outside without a bra on. You just shouldn't jump. Like, girl, we just running down the street. I ain't getting out the car.
Heifer, we
I'm
was
just
going to get something to eat, and we was going to the laundromat. That's all we was gonna do that day. Eat, laundromat. That's it.
It's probably why I got PTSD about having short hair too, because I didn't put no mousse in my hair and lay my hair down and nothing. Just I woke up like this. Pajama shirt with the hole up the arm. We just running to go get something to eat and come back to the crib.
I'm so glad I picked up that pajama shirt.
Whatever. We didn't make it back to the crib that day. We didn't make it back to the crib that day. Mainly because, I guess looking back on it, when you in your 30s, like I talk about it in detail in my book, but I don't think that, because I did put in there, like, before y'all get on here and be trying to judge, like, why they just didn't walk away? 20-year-old me to 30-something-year-old me, walking away is not an option. Like, I tell people that all the time at my job, like, y'all should be thankful I'm 40-some years old. Because in my 30s, I was different. Like, bitch, you could catch me outside. Like, we work from home. Do we need to meet up at the corner of Happy and Healthy? Like, it would have been another situation.
Now, let me interject. Though that's true. That's where we were. In that particular incident, prior to that day, I did everything to
correctly
counteract.
That is right.
Like, that is the truth. Like, to counteract that blow up. I tried to talk to the girl. I even went to the police. Like, everything leading up, because you were literally showing up everywhere that I was at, where Maxie was at, where, like, everywhere. So it was not just a rah-rah, boom. It led up to that.
Right.
Y'all was being stalked.
Yes,
we were.
Her tires. Her tires was put on flat. The girl had showed up at that
my birthday party.
By that time. At her birthday party, her son, pre-K school to
my
the daddy,
job.
Her job. My car got egged. Like, and I mean, like, not like one egg. Like, my car is parked on this certain street. I come outside in the morning, like, the whole driver's side, eggs all over the car, all over. And I call. Come in. I call. This is my nephew. I already know who it is. Yes. Can I help you, sir? This is a real podcast, y'all, and he wants to be on here. Come on and say hi.
Hey, baby Steve.
Hey, baby.
Okay, now go on. We recording. What you want?
I'm thirsty. I'm getting it.
Okay, go get something to drink. And close my door. Okay. Jeez. I knew he was coming because he wanted to be on camera so bad. Get him on camera. But yeah, like, my whole car got egged, and I called her like Did this seem like a coincidence to you? Like, this is just weird. Like, where I'm at, don't nobody know that I'm over here. But my whole car is like it. And she was like, no, I don't think that's a coincidence.
Mm.
So for us to go get something, to be going to get something to eat, see her, we going to drop off something. Next thing we know, 10 minutes later, we get blocked in. Hold on.
with weapons. With another person, she went and got a mail, and they hopped out with weapons. It was 10 o'clock in the morning. So what were we on really? And the next day was my child's birthday.
Mm.
So I really don't know what we could have been on. Now
Right.
Why did you put my drink out?
You could
what did he say?
Why
finish.
did you put my drink out?
She gonna mute.
Okay, and because what I was gonna say is I don't know what all she put in the book for her to say. Now before y'all say anything, y'all could have walked away. At that particular day, so much had happened over an extensive period of time. And it
Mm-hmm.
was like you got tired of walking away. You got tired of walking away. You got tired of walking away because it's like, how much walking away can I do? I've gone to the police. I talked to them. I've tried to speak with you. That completely went left. So in that moment, and then when they hop out the car with bats and weapons, really, me and Maxie feared for our life. Our life was in danger in that
Right.
moment in time. And where could we go?
Although,
We was blocked in.
right, although we was sitting in the car laughing at first, like, this shit
We
is
were.
unbelievable. Like,
But pretty much it got to the point of where this is to the point to the explosion.
pretty much because, like, the whole time, first we sitting in the car, we got the windows rolled up. The person that she brought with them jumped out the car. He is, he got a metal baseball bat, like, hitting it up against the vehicle we're in, yelling at us to get out the car. So we sitting there looking at each other like, this shit is unbelievable. Like, is this real right now? Like, is they serious? Because let's be honest, in real life, if they would have just jumped out, we'd probably jumped out too. We could have just fought and called it what it was. But it's like, the fuck. So my initial was to tell the bro down the one, like, nigga, put the bat down. Like, you put the bat down, we get out. But then, we also peeping the surroundings because we blocked in. The whole time the stalker sitting in the car fiddling around with whatever weapon that she had. Like, it looked like she had like some spray and something else. So it's like, oh, so y'all intended on like trying to do some harm. Like, you thought y'all was gonna pull up on us and we was gonna jump out with some bats. Y'all was just gonna jump out with some bats. I stopped carrying bats in like 98.
Right.
Like, I gave up the bats and the locks and before the early 2000s. That was over with. Like, don't nobody even got time for that. So you can continue. I gotta I'll be right.
So even to this day, that particular vehicle, I still have that vehicle, and it still have those dents in the vehicle from this
Mm.
thing. So anyway, like Maxie said, they had still whatever they had, and me, me, I am never by myself, even when it look like I'm by myself. So in order for them to get them up off of us, I bared arms. You understand what
Right.
I'm saying? And then that's when the people go running, the people go yelling, they go call the police. Now they the victim. They're the victim.
Right.
So now they running and yelling, they the victim. I get back in the car, and now it's just a moment of silence because adrenaline rushing, still in disbelief that this just took place because we were the victims. We were
Right.
the victims, but you calling the police as if you were being victimized. So they following us through the town, like all of this, all of this, all of this. So by the time y'all got the phone call, and I don't even know when y'all got the phone call because
It
they
was at
immediately
night. They didn't call us until like it was until like I remember it was nighttime. So it
because
It
didn't
they
was.
have
right,
to.
they kept us all day. Like, and then we didn't get a call until so they kept me and Maxie separated all day. So she didn't get her call to the evening the same time as mine. Okay, so that was how
Yeah,
that went. Because I
So just
wasn't able to reach my
so
people
just
either.
within the situation, did the parties who made the false report, did they ever even get in trouble, or did they ever even give a report, or
absolutely not. They dropped it. They didn't even show up no more.
But did they give a report, a falsified, outrageous report, which started that journey of me and Maxie fighting for our life because they went by the lies that these people told, which was completely false.
Yeah, the
And you
state
know how
picked
the
it up.
legal system exactly. They did not want to believe anything Maxie and myself told them, even though it was evidence, clear as day. It was witness statements against her by somebody who was very familiar with her. You know what I mean? And very familiar with him. So they they gave me a raw deal. I'm gonna just say that. Like it was no justice served in that
Yeah, it was,
situation
and
at all.
just to even back it up just a little bit before we even, you know, got in the cuffs. Like the extreme they went when they pulled us over was a lot. Like her lies really like traumatized us to a certain extent because we got pulled over with like because her lie was it was we had multiple weapons, multiple weapons, and that basically we was chasing her down the street. You
I
was
got
talking to
I
me.
got a weapon out the window, like I guess shooting at her, and Maxie got a gun on her side, the passenger side, shooting at her, and all this going on in broad daylight at 10 o'clock in the morning.
Like we playing
Is the story she gave.
cowboys and fucking Indians. So with the dramatics of her lies when we got pulled over, it wasn't one car,
no?
it wasn't two cars.
I probably had. It was a
It
whole
was
pro.
it was four or five that pulled us over, and they all jumped out with their guns drawn on us, screaming.
Three to Maxie, three to me, yelling at me and Maxie. Had us all on that main street. I ain't gonna say the street, out on the ground, face down on the ground,
With their guns pulled on us.
with their
Like,
guns pulled on us.
and the crazy part is I don't even know what happened to her, but once I got yanked out the car on the ground and then put in the police car, they sped off. Like that was it. Like they sped off, put me in the cell. That was it. I ain't know where she was at. I ain't know what happened to her. I didn't see her. Didn't nobody check on me. I didn't talk to nobody. It was like hours. So you talking about some? You think I called you at like 9 o'clock? I don't think I seen her till like probably 7. From like 11 o'clock in the morning to 7 o'clock, a whole shift. I didn't know where she was at, what happened to her, none of that. I'm just sitting in the cell like, what the fuck? What the fuck just happened? Like, what the fuck? Like, really? Like, what the fuck?
So y'all didn't even know the details of what was said or nothing until.
No.
Until bond court
I
the
didn't
next
know. I didn't
day.
even know where she was. This is the thing. I didn't even know where she was at.
We didn't know.
When I was pulled in to speak to a detective, he read me a bunch of charges, and my response was, "Go and read me my rights, because if you finna charge me with that, y'all need to let me out so I can hit that bitch. I ain't even touched her. This what you? Nah, hell no. I ain't got nothing to say." She was like, "You crazy?" I'm like, "I ain't got nothing to say." He was mad. The detective was mad as fuck at me. I ain't got shit to say. Go on, put me back in there. I don't give a fuck. Go and put me back in there with my TV dinner and my pajamas and shit. I don't give a fuck. And this was a good thing before they started, locally posting your mugshot, because I know for a fact my little bald head self my hair was standing up on top of my head by the
It
time.
was. It was.
My mugshot was decent looking. I think you
Yeah,
just had did my hair and I
yeah,
had
because
some
your hair
mascara
was
on.
done.
Oh, I did your hair. I
I think
probably.
Yeah,
you did.
with the
Uh-huh.
burgundy. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
cute. She actually had clothes on when she picked me up too, not me. I had on some pajama pants, a shirt with no bra, and my hair was sticking up on top of my head.
weekend.
And I
We
had a
weren't
little,
on
and
nothing.
it was a
We
little
was
chilly
really going
outside,
to
so I
eat.
had a
Go
little
to the
leather, I had a
laundromat.
little leather coat on in the car, but when they snatched me up out of there, they they, they let me take my leather coat because dude
You
thought I
look
was
like you was asking for spare change.
something because my thing was my phone when we got pulled over, my phone had dropped on the floor. So I picked up my phone and stuck it in my pocket because I knew like, okay, shit, at least somebody could come and get my phone. That ain't what happened because they wouldn't let me wear my little leather coat. So my phone ended up stuck in her vehicle
In the
with
pound with
with
my phone and my purse.
with my leather coat. I'm like, damn, I ain't had no bra on or nothing. The ripped up holy shirt. Y'all could let me put my little coat on, but they wasn't trying to hear that shit. They kept talking about where's the weapons? I'm like, the fuck is you talking about, bro? I guess they ain't like my response because I was laughing and shit. Like they ain't like that. But
You think?
I think the rift came afterwards because people didn't know her side of the story. They
Mm-hmm.
wasn't listening. Y'all was over there distraught, so nobody was listening to my side of the story. And it's one of those things where hurt people hurt people. So
Mm-hmm.
I got people on my side treating her bad and saying all kinds of wild shit. And then, like, when we actually went over, because we didn't talked about it in detail. Like, for me, the hurtful shit that was said to her when we wasn't talking, it felt like um I felt like damn, she think that's how I feel about her.
Mm-hmm.
Like it can't just be the thoughts and the act like the shit you say, my thoughts and my actions is not of the show, they of me. Like I I took it as like collectively. That's how she
Yeah.
like cause and then when I thought about it, I'm like, well shit, among somebody could assume that like you treat me a certain kind of way when you in my face, and then when you with your family, your real family, this how you talk about me. Cause people
And
do
let
that.
me
I'm
let
just
me
not that
interject.
kind of motherfucker. You know what I'm
I
saying?
didn't think that that's how you felt, but I wasn't about to let you pick and choose because, like, even when we did talk, like, you would talk to me all the way until you got home, and then you'll get off the phone with me, and it'll make me feel like you can't even let your people know that me and you in communication. Because every day we'll talk from the time you and I forget where you was working, and you might not even been doing this intentionally, but this my perception of what was going on. So we'll talk from the time you when you was got back working from that time till you got home, and it made me feel like I don't want to put you through that because if you can't, like, if your people can't know or they feel some type of way about you talking to me, I'm not gonna put you through that, nor do I deserve that. Like, I don't deserve to be no secret. And it was hurtful, and then it ended up not being so much hurt, just anger. Like, how's people putting their opinion and they when I honestly how I felt like, so from day one when y'all met me or when people met me, you really didn't think I was that type of person, like a stand-up person, because why would I pick her up? Why would I pick your loved one up, their loved one up
Mm-hmm.
intentionally to get her in some trouble, especially when I'm always bearing arms too? Like, I don't anybody who know us know we don't go looking for trouble. That's not what we
Right.
do. So that hurted more. Like, damn, like, so what are they saying about my character? Like, I wouldn't dare intentionally pick you up to be on no BS, especially
Right.
something like that,
Right.
especially something like that. So it was more hurtful because everybody putting their own layering on what happened when she and I were the only two there and
Right.
knew the root and the background of it. So that was the biggest hindrance for me. And I do live with anxiety, depression, and things like that. So that came on heavily during that time,
Mm-hmm.
along with dealing with other things I was dealing with. It just wasn't that. I wasn't in the best place in that moment in time. So for that, it's like I'm not about to keep having her do that. Like, I don't want to be a secret, and I don't want to have her choose between that. So just kind of moved around.
And I don't even recall at that. I think I was kind of floating through because I think like it took me until um And I say that all the time. Like it took me until I lost Stormy to actually like put words with the shit that I was feeling during like all of those instances in my life. Like I had anxiety as a kid, or I felt depression as a kid, like
Mm-hmm.
all of that, but I've never like openly said that out loud until then. Like, wait a minute, that's what that is. That's why I feel like that. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I had my first real bad anxiety attack at his funeral. Like, I'm at the funeral talking to you, telling you like, sis, I don't think I could do this. I feel like I'm finna pass the fuck out. Everybody like, well, where the fuck your niece at? I'm like, she in there sitting down. I'm outside like pacing back and forth. Like I tell his sister all the time, like, you one of the strongest people I know, because the way you held up the other people who was tripping during that time, like without going through your own grief for your own brother, was like your faith was strong. Cause I'm sitting when she hugged me, I'm man, like I'm about to pass out, and we ain't even made it to the funeral yet. We ain't made it to the funeral yet. We sitting we sitting outside. We sitting in the lobby of the funeral, like waiting to be walked down. Cause in my mind, I had created this thing like, man, maybe we ain't gonna be here long. I'm like, man, maybe we ain't gonna be in this funeral home long, because at most I'm thinking like at most funerals they tell you to start at 10, the body there. Everybody could just walk in, do their thing, leave. I said, in my mind, I'm like, we're going to get there early. I'll be able to go in there, with minimal people, get whatever I need to get out. Hell no. I get in there. It was already like 25 motherfuckers. It's already 30 something people here. Why is we waiting? They're like, oh no, we waiting on the family, and then we gonna walk y'all down. I'm like, hell no. Like I got here extra early so I can go in and be done. No, hell no. I was sitting there about to pass out. She was like, do you need some water? You need to breathe. At that time we was wearing masks. I'm like, it's hot. Who the fuck told me to put this makeup on? I done put some lashes on now. I'm trying to be cute at a funeral. It was a lot going on in my mind. But during that time I wasn't even like you said, I was just talking to you until I got home. I wasn't even the funny part is I wasn't even talking to the people in the house.
That's
Mm.
true.
I was going home when I finally was able to get a job, which took like almost 10 months. Like I was in the house in the bed, in the house in the bed. I remember times Rita would call my cousin like she ain't talk, eat, ain't seen her in like 4 days. Like what's wrong with her? And my cousin like shit ain't nothing wrong with her. That motherfucker been in jail. Hey, that nigga was in jail. That's what's wrong with her. Like, leave her alone. She been in jail. Like,
Yeah, I didn't work. I didn't do that very well either, leaving her alone.
you would have thought Rita went to jail. Because that's how she acted. Like, that nigga was in the cell next to me.
Girl, I
Well, you
was.
her big sister.
This is the problem. I'm calling you to tell you what I need you to do. Every time she hear my voice, she busts out, start crying. I'm like, nigga, why are you crying? I don't know what's going on. People
Girl,
People talk about
do you
people talk
know
about
what?
I went to the
We can
house.
laugh now because we definitely weren't laughing then.
Let me
People
tell you
She,
told
about
me
the. Give her
people
a little
told me
break.
people
First
told
of
me they came
all,
to the house. They was like, your sister looking bad. Like what? Like
first of all,
she going through it. I don't know
I
what's
was
wrong with her.
hold on. First of all, I was going through it. I wasn't going through that part, but I was going through it because I was in the house with your mother. Hopefully, she don't watch this show. But I was in the
Oh,
house with your mother.
I'm
Y'all
like,
can laugh about that because y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
I was like,
So I was already stressed,
and then the bad part
and
was
then
I
the,
would
the
hang up on her and not call her back for like 2 days. This nigga, I can't call you back. Why? Why would you
would you do that
do
to me?
it? Why would you do that to me? Because you're not listening to me and you're on the phone crying. Like, what am I supposed to do? You would have
I
thought it
need
was
you to
pushed
not worry about me crying and just tell me what to
around.
do. I had my pencil and paper ready.
I'm like,
And then
y'all
and
not
then
listening to me.
as soon as your mother finds out that I'm on the phone with you, she's yelling in the background, going crazy in the
I'm,
background.
and I was like, you know what? I'm wasting my money. Click, and I'm hanging up. And I wait
It
two,
was
three.
a lot to deal with.
I call her back, like, you done? This nigga talking about then she was getting on my then she got to the point where she like, okay, I got your phone, I got your debit card. Do you want me? I looked on there. Do you want me to send you a snack pack? No, nigga. They only got flaming hot Cheetos.
He wasn't eating, so I
This nigga like
couldn't get
they
you
only
more.
got they only got flaming hot Cheetos on here. I'm like, nigga, if you waste my money on a fucking snack pack. She was like, but you're not eating. I'm like, don't worry about me.
You wasn't eating, like, you know what
I
I'm saying?
definitely wasn't. Because I'm a
You see,
real
you probably telling me you ain't eating. You're not eating. What are you doing? What do you mean?
nigga. First off, I understand this jail. Like, I know y'all they did shit to conserve the space. But y'all connected the fucking sink to the toilet. Ain't no motherfucking way. I'm not drinking no water. I'm not I'm not I'm not drinking no water. The food y'all serve, this shit look like dog food. Like I don't like I get it. It's jail. It's not supposed to be. Then y'all got the bitch that's coming around at 5 o'clock in the morning, waking you up to mop your own floor. Bitch, did you don't get to change the water in the mop bucket. Why am I mopping the floor with dirty water? Like you got me fucked up. Like everything. I think one morning they just slid the breakfast in the door. I was trying to close it and I ended up pushing the motherfucking tray out to the floor like fuck it. Like whatever. I'm not eating that shit. And my cousin, ex-girlfriend at the time was in there with me. She's like, girl, you're gonna have to eat or drink something. Cause if you don't know when you're getting out, you're gonna have to drink something or you're gonna end up in medical. I'm like, bitch, if I end up in medical, they'll give me a bottle of water over there. I'll be straight.
Mm-hmm.
Like, give me a bottle of water and some Tylenol. That's what we're gonna roll with. Because by that time, I had a migraine and everything. But, bitch, I'm not drinking no water that's connected to the fucking toilet. Like, y'all got me fucked up. I don't give a fuck. I'm not gonna be able to do it. I'm not. I'm just not gonna be able to do it. It's too much. It's too much for me. I ain't gonna be able to do it. And then I get home. I think I was in the shower for 2 hours. The whole time, Risa want to sit in the bathroom. Do you want to talk about it? No, I just want to scrub myself. That's it.
Yeah, I'm still just sitting in there talking to her. They ain't said nothing. I ain't care.
She's like, I know it's been over an hour. I know the water is cold. Whatever. Leave me alone.
I wasn't going anywhere. I didn't care. Just leave me alone. Did not care.
Yeah, but I think that was the biggest rift, and I think what actually got us back because we was occasionally talking. Like I would text her, she might text me back,
And by this
and
time, I
then
was long gone out of Illinois.
and I was feeling some type of way. Like okay, so basically, I know my friend. She said fuck me, so that's fine. Um, I had just told my cousin this today. Like, it's hard to grieve a friendship when somebody's still living. Like, I think, I think, and then I heard it in the Kevin Gates song. Like, have you ever loved? Have you ever? Uh, it was something to the effect like, have you ever like lost somebody, but they still here? And
Mm.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, that's some bullshit, Kevin. That's some bullshit. But that's how I felt. Then I lost my dad, and then she reached out because our dads was friends. Well, they was technically cousins because my daddy was married to one of your cousins for 10 years. So we was technically cousins at some point in life, but they was real cool. And that like, hurt his feelings because we was, with her daddy all the time too.
Mm-hmm.
So that kind of started it. But then it was like we both had to go through a healing because,
Yeah.
like she said, she dealt with anxiety and depression and that kind of stuff. And life still be life. The kids is growing up, the other kids on this side having kids, and everybody dealing with their own shit. And once we really dug deep into our own situation, we realized it wasn't her against me or me against her. It was shit. Mentally, we both was fucked up, and we had to figure that shit out
Yeah.
before we could even like still
Figure out y'all friendship.
figure out if we was gonna even talk. Because at the end of the day, shit, like her kids is my god kids. I've been there since the day they was born. Like that shit ain't never gonna change. Like, and again, this 26 years. So even though she ain't talking to me, her siblings is fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? Like, we still cool. They still like, well, shit, we don't know. Shit, she barely talking to us too. Shit. But we still cool. Like, that don't have nothing to do. Like, her aside, we got a friend. We got a relationship. We got a
Mm-hmm.
friendship. Like, me and one of her siblings, like, we crafting shit and making shit and doing all other kinds of shit together. Like, that don't have nothing to do with her. Like, that
That's
that relationship was formed outside of her. So it's like, okay, well, shit. If you talk to her, just let her motherfucker know. Like, yeah, I wouldn't bring her up and be like, why she ain't, I ain't calling them like, why the fuck she ain't talking fucking with me? Like, they let me know that she all right. I still talk to the kids and everything. Well, shit, she's still here. That's all that matters to me. It's like mentally, we all had to heal and go through some shit. That's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like, even with like people in relationships with their significant other, when death comes in there, you lose a parent, and other shit start happening, and you got sick parents and all of this shit. Like, mentally, we be fucked up. And then this shit that our parents didn't tell us, that all that shit we had to relearn. Like, no, that shit was wrong.
Yeah.
Like, hell no. Like, damn, we went 10 years doing that shit. Nigga, we would have known. We could have been better a long time ago.
I mean,
Like,
because
damn.
I think with y'all relationship, one of the things that it brings me back to is just that, like, seeing the whole process of it, the beginning, the middle. I've been there through the whole process of it, and it's one of the things like you all had always told me about with friendships, and it's just like at the end of the day, is if a friendship, if y'all have a disagreement or a riff or anything that could stand in between your friendship, if it's gonna go left or it's gonna go right, at the end of the day, you have to like sit down, look at it, and see if this friendship is worth salvaging, if it's worth saving. And I'm glad that y'all was able to bring it all back together because it was kind of weird.
It definitely felt weird. It
No.
definitely felt
It
it
was
felt
kind of
weird,
weird
Rita.
because it's all when you, I mean, you go through all these years, and where there's one, there's always the other. You know what I'm saying? Like all of this long, complete time, you got kids and relationships and all that. But the one thing that always been consistent is y'all two together. Regardless of whatever was happening or whatever was going on, it's always been y'all two together. So for y'all not to be together, it was really weird, and I could see a difference in Maxie because it was that relationship was something major, and it was something that was truly missing from her.
It was heartbreak. Shit. I
Yeah,
ain't gonna lie. I told her that. Like, shit. I
yeah.
I was grieved. Like, I tell people all the time, you can grieve friendships. Like, cause I went through a thing where I was like, shit, it's some people that I've known longer than her that I'm not rekindling those
Mhm.
relationships. Like, hell
But
no.
that one, it was like a it was
Like,
a
I
it's
went
like
through
a.
that, like, is this no? Nope, I'm not doing that.
And
Like,
then when y'all did start, because I remember it was one time where she had came down to Atlanta and y'all was just hanging out. It was like I could see her back. You could see that spirit back in her again. You know what I mean? Like because she was with her friend, and you know what I'm saying. So it was. I'm glad that y'all was able to bring you back around.
This shit take work, girl.
All relationships take work.
Hell yeah. That's what people don't. That shit take work. Like that's daily work.
Hmm.
Like that's really like being truthful and honest. Like, well, shit. How did you feel? Like, did I hurt your feelings? Like, I ain't mean to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Communication and conversation.
that was never the intent. That's why I told her like, you got to come on the show so we could talk about long time friendships. Cause I remember some an older lady I work with like shit. You're not gonna get your real friends until you in your 30s. I was in my 20s. I'm like, bitch, what is you talking about? I got motherfucking friends I've been friends with now for like 10, 12 years. Like what the fuck? Like But shit, I'm realizing in my 40s, shit, some of the friendships I done made, like you getting to that place where it's like we not all seeing on the same page. Like I can't kick it with them the way that I kick it with you or Miss Foster or my other two friends. Like it to me, like right now, like I got three friends. One I've been friends with since I was in kindergarten, one since the seventh grade, and you since um sophomore year in high school. Like them three friendships right now at the moment outside of like my family, like my cousins, like them been the motherfuckers that's been fucking with me for real, for real. Like really, really, really fucking with me. Like we don't gotta talk every day. We don't gotta see each other every day. But them the motherfuckers that's like, I see everything you doing and I support you. Like them the people that's been there. Like and they always been there.
Hmm.
Like we going on 30 some years with these three people, and it's like them past being your friends, them your sisters.
That's
Like
family.
we didn't damn near went through everything together.
Family.
Like it ain't too much that we ain't been through together,
So,
basically.
Miss Foster, what is your sib notes? What lasting message would you like to leave our viewers?
He's so silly.
Shut up, Rita.
With
Right.
my little microphone.
So for me,
You
I
ridiculous
don't
with
have
this
a
microphone.
I don't have a lasting message. I can say what has helped me, I guess, period, like kind of be happier in life, uh vibrate higher is definitely forgiveness.
Hmm.
Definitely like not taking so many things to heart because everything ain't about you. Like everything ain't about you. Like we all human. We all out here trying to figure this thing called life out. A lot of time we take things too personal, and half the time it's for no reason, like no reason at all. I feel we need to give each other more grace. Absolutely. Like Maxie, so this one thing I like about Maxie with that a lot of people can't relate to. So Maxie and my cousin, pretty much the only two people I talk to for real, for real. It'd be some scragglers popping in and out, but that ain't on
Some strays.
that
We have
surface level, right?
we having
But one
some
thing I
strays.
right that I entertain from time to time. But the thing I love about Maxie is that and it's not as intense now, but like Maxie, if she don't hear from me, she recognizes that I need those little breaks. Like I need those little breaks. Whereas the other people, I ain't heard from you. What's going on? And it's like ho, like I'm okay. We not on bad terms or anything, but I take time for me, and Maxie is very understanding of that, and a lot of people not, and I know it depends on what people are and they on their healing journey and everything like that. But again, I just want to tell like forgiveness is really a big one, and just, everything ain't about us.
It ain't.
Everything ain't about us. Like people is dealing with stuff, whether they dealing with it out in the open or silently. Like we shouldn't take so much to heart.
And I think
Everybody dealing
that
with something.
I was about to say, I think that's what I learned too
That's
during that period, because when we actually sat down and caught up, it was like I was going through some shit too, and I was just feeling like I need my friend to be here like right now. And I tell people all the time, like sometimes you gotta ask people like, can they mentally handle that? Because when I found out all the shit that you was going through, it was like my friend wouldn't have been able, like my sister needed her own space to heal and go through her shit. She wouldn't have been able to mentally take on my shit too. Like
Mm,
you wouldn't have been able to handle that shit too. Cause we was both experiencing a whole bunch of bullshit. Like the PTSD, the anxiety and depression and all that shit. Like I couldn't have put that on you when you was trying to heal through that because you was having your own struggles with certain relationships and your kids and your grandparents and your parents, and it was just like a domino effect of shit happening back to back to back. So it was like, nah, like you said, sometimes we gotta recognize it ain't about you right now. Like
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what they going through because a lot of times we don't. People just don't always share everything through the gate because they can't. Like you can't just dump that on somebody. Like,
right.
girl, I ain't talked to you in two. I ain't talked to you in 6 months. This is what happened day one. On the first day of the 6 months. It's like, bitch, wait a minute. Wait a minute. No, 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 no. Like I want to catch up and I want to know, but I ain't in no space to be doing your whole 6 months now.
Right.
Would you say they be emotionally vomiting on people?
Yeah,
Girl,
Maxie
I'll
told
be quick.
Maxie taught me that.
I'll be quick.
yeah.
Do not project that on me. I'll be quick.
It
I
do
ain't
be a
no. Don't
projection.
project
Like
it. Don't project
Mm.
that on me. I
you
no.
mad, you
I'm not
sad,
doing
you
that.
upset, and now it's your fault because I ain't talked to you. Wait a minute.
And it's no judgment at all. We are definitely still learning and growing, but no. And I try to do my best to not do that to other people, but we not perfect and we still learning. We still
That
learning.
that might be the best part right there. That we is still growing and learning because some people be so stuck in their way they can't realize that like you got to grow the fuck up at some point. You can't keep doing the same shit expecting a different result.
And I am definitely not saying that I ain't never been the one. I ain't no, definitely.
Hell, I've
But
been the one and the two. Hell,
what you say, definitely strive to be better. Definitely strive to be better and no judgment.
every
Even
day.
if at a point in time I was judgmental or negative or whatever the case, still
Right.
striving to do better.
It definitely ain't out here trying to judge people because
Mm-mm.
shit, it's some shit that we done did that we definitely be judged about. That's probably for another day.
It is.
And
It
another
really
time.
is. It
And
is.
another time. I would say I might write about it, but
Girl, I was thinking in my head, but like, nah, that's why I ain't wrote nothing yet. Cause girl, I tell everything in one sitting. They would not believe. Like, is this real? Like, you and her, like, is this for real? But no, I feel like I'm talking about in this particular episode. Maxie, did we get off course? Like,
I don't know. We probably did. Hell.
we might have to bring it in at a later date.
You got to circle back. I don't, because it's hard to put 26 years in one episode. That's a long ass
Jeez.
episode. I think we was just, I don't know what we were supposed to talk about. You here
I
now.
don't either
So,
because I wonder, like in my, like I wonder if people gonna have questions like, okay, so what happened with that riff? What they talking about? Like, what you understand what I'm saying? Like, of course, we didn't dive into a lot of stuff. I guess it was just a generalization.
yeah, they
You
can
can
read
say
the
that.
book. I talk about the riff in detail in the book,
Oh,
actually.
okay, cool. Okay.
Right. So, by the third book, it's in there.
Oh, very good. Okay.
I don't know, like in real life, this I'm nervous about the third book, to be honest,
Why?
because that was God telling me to tell all my business. And that was some shit that like I had told
Oh,
my niece like there's some shit in there that I ain't told y'all about. So y'all might read that and be like, "What the fuck?" Like that's why she act like that. Yeah,
wow.
yeah. So,
Wow.
but it's out there published now, so
Definitely looking forward. So let me ask you this: is some people gonna be mad behind it or offended?
Probably,
Okay,
but
and that's for them to deal with because this your truth.
right. That's what I said. Like at this point in my life, like that's just part of the story. And hell, I'm probably gonna be um, told to tell some more shit in 4 and 5. Hell, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, it'll all be out because it wasn't. I don't know. We in a happy place right now. You know what I'm
We
saying?
are.
Like I'm happy with the people in my life. I'm happy in the way that things are going. Even if it ain't perfect, I'm happy with it. I'm just learning to accept the things that God want me to do at this point in life.
Mm.
So I think that might be the best thing about long term friendships too. Like you get to a point where y'all just happy. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm happy to see you live and grow and the kids all grown and everybody just living their life the way they see fit. And like you said, we still growing and learning shit too. Shit, I be feeling like we behind. Hell,
You
like
said be
damn,
hiding.
I know behind and some of the
Oh,
shit that we
behind.
just now
Oh, okay.
learning. Cause hell, it's
Oh,
like damn,
yeah.
we spent 10 years doing bullshit.
Yeah,
But that was a part of the growing pains, I guess.
it was all a part of the plan.
Yeah, I had seen and we could probably end on this. I don't know where Rita went, but I had seen a TikTok and it was like, you ain't here she go. It's like you
Sorry,
not
guys.
asking. It's like you not asking God for small things. So what make you think it's supposed to be easy? Like we're not
Hmm.
praying to God for some small things. We praying for big things. We praying for to leave our families with legacy. So that ain't supposed to be easy. So we can't sit around and act like you praying for these big things and you want God to move in a really big way, that it's gonna be easy or it's gonna be without some growing pains. You know,
Well, and also
I'm like a baby with the hiccups.
you also got to be careful for what you pray for,
This is true.
because
Rita,
I'm good.
you want to leave us with a save note about the show?
Friendship is important. That's all I got. Cause I'm feeling all mushy, and I can't find my little microphone.
Ah!
What? You'd have had something better if you had a little microphone.
Yeah, I had a little more dramatics.
I appreciate you, beautiful people, for having me on this evening.
Well, you one of the siblings,
I am. I am. I'm
long
is.
time siblings.
It has been. Has been a long time.
Well, I just want to publicly give you your flowers and let you know I love you. I
Where
appreciate
they
you.
at? Where my flowers at? I want them in my hand right now. Where are they at?
See what black people do. Like, try to do something nice for them, and they just not enough. Like,
I want mine in
you
my
want them
hand.
sent to the house.
Right. Put them in my hand. No, but thank you
You
so
got a
much.
package on the way, so that's fine.
Oh, you be making me feel too special. And I only can peek at it and close it back up till the time is right to pop out with her.
Hey, we gonna be popping out. Why is she calling me on FaceTime?
Hey, that's Rita.
I'm
Yeah,
having all kind of technical difficulties, so I have to call in on FaceTime.
Lord. We about to end the show anyway.
Yes.
Well, tell her to say my little last part.
She don't know your last part, so I'm just gonna say it. Reach is on the FaceTime. Hopefully y'all can hear her. She need to get her technical difficulties in Florida together. This is not how we do a show. Get it together.
Hey, baby Steven making all type of guest appearances and all type of
Yep.
today.
He was just not
I
gonna.
think my little microphone had ran down my battery too fast.
What on her arm? On her
Yeah,
phone. She is
on her
silly.
iPad.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
okay, okay. Okay.
You got to get it together, Rita. Anyway, my sib note of the day is gonna be that cherish your people while they here, because when you get in your 40s, they say it's the rough time. You start losing friends that you went to school with, classmates and stuff, your parents and everything in between. So just cherish your loved ones while you're here. I love my siblings. I appreciate y'all.
I love you too. Y'all, can you guys hear me?
Yes, she
Mm-hmm.
I
can
mean,
hear
Miss
you.
Foster. Can Miss Foster hear me? I'm gonna call her like you know, like when you what was that on Friday? Hey, Miss Foster.
What you talking about? What you
No,
say?
but tell her I said
She can
that
hear
I
you,
love her.
Rita.
Well, Miss Foster, I love you. I'm proud of you. I'm proud of both of y'all, of the amazing women that y'all have grown to be, that I've been able to run behind all these years.
No comment on that
And
part.
I look up to you ladies very much.
Right, Stalker
Thank you. We love you.
101.
Right.
Teach a class.
Only stop the people you love.
Hey, sometimes your haters love you too. Ain't that what Cardi said?
I
Any,
guess that's why they ripping them out the plastic, because y'all out here acting brand new.
we definitely acting brand new. It's like we like a brand new Barbie in the box.
Girl.
Oh, you don't know how to play with toys, right? So you probably keep her in the box.
Shut up. Anyway, we thank y'all again for joining us on another episode of the Virginia Kids Podcast. And as always, we're gonna continue to glow through whatever it is.
Mm.
You gonna say bye if they can hear you?
Bye, guys. If you can hear me.
You know what? I can't.